Hello everyone, we're going to be looking at section 9.5 today for Big Ideas Geometry. And the main emphasis on this video is sine and cosine. So if you remember SOHCAHTOA, great. If not, I would encourage you to watch the 9.4 video and the intro to SOHCAHTOA. So just a reminder, this is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. So that's SOHCAHTOA. We're going to be using this every time to solve the problems that we have. So let's do that. Yeah, whatever. We don't care about that. All right, so it says find sine of S, cosine of S, sine of R, and cosine of R. All right, so this is our theta. We know sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So if you remember SOHCAHTOA like we just looked at, you've got everything you need here. You've got them all here. All right, so if it's sine S, that would mean that our theta is here. Opposite would be 63, hypotenuse 65, adjacent 16, and hypotenuse 65. Now again, this is our theta, so now they want us to put it at R. Our opposite is 16, hypotenuse is 65, that does not change. And then your adjacent would be 63 and hypotenuse 65. So if you watched the last video or you feel comfortable doing tangent, it's just the same process. But instead, now we call it sine and cosine. So let's keep it moving. All right. Really nothing important here. You won't even be tested on this, but it's something I have to show you guys for state assessment purposes. So sine theta equals cosine of 90 minus theta. And cosine theta equals sine of 90 minus theta. So whatever angle they give you, change the name and go 90 minus it. Fair enough? So I'm going to change the name. And I'm going to do 90 minus the angle. So our answer is cosine of 34 degrees. And I'm done. All right, here's what I'm more interested in because this will be on a quiz. This will be on your test. Now again, if you're using Google Calculator, you need to make sure when you're solving these that you are in degree mode. If you are not in degree mode, you will get the wrong answer. All right, so here we go. So SOHCAHTOA. All right, so here's our theta. So we have the opposite, and we have the adjacent, and here's our hypotenuse. So if I want to solve for x, I've got theta, I've got opposite, I've got hypotenuse. Opposite hypotenuse is sine. And remember, SOHCAHTOA stands for sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Let's plug in what we know. Sine of our angle, 26 degrees, equals opposite x over hypotenuse, 14. To solve for a side, we cross multiply, so we get 14 sine 26 equals x. X is by itself, so I can plug that right into my calculator. 14 sine of 26. And again, make sure you are in degree mode. D, E, G. All right, round to the nearest tenth, so I get 6.1. Next, we need to find y. That is an adjacent. they give us the hypotenuse. So we've got to use cosine. So again, this stands for cosine theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Plug in what you know. Cosine of 26 degrees equals adjacent y over hypotenuse 14. Cross multiply and you get 14 cosine 26 equals y. Our variable is by itself, so we can go ahead and just plug that right in. 14 cosine 26 equals 12.6. All right. Keep it moving. How about one more? Why not? Find the value of u and t. All right, well, you will see me do ut. So here's my angle. So that makes this side the opposite, this side the hypotenuse, and the remaining side the adjacent. So let's try to find t first. So I have opposite, and they give me hypotenuse. That is sine. So I have sine theta 65 equals opposite t over hypotenuse 8. Cross multiply 8 sine 65 equals t. I can plug that right into my calculator, and I get 8 sine 65. And again, just check to make sure you're in degree mode. If you're not, you'll get this wrong. So I get 7.3 equals t. Next, let's solve for u. We have the adjacent that we're trying to find. We have the hypotenuse, so that's going to be cosine. So I'm going to have cosine of 65 equals adjacent, u over hypotenuse 8. Cross multiply. We get 8 cosine 65 equals u. Plug it right in. 8 cosine 65 equals 3.4. And there's our answer. That's really it for this section. That's sine and cosine. But if you remember SOHCAHTOA from the previous video, you're going to be just fine. SOHCAHTOA, 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 SOHCAHTOA. And you'll be good to go, good to go, good to go on this trig. Until next time, I'll see you.